Okay, so here we have a page from Bloodwitch. It is not page 40, it is just the 40th page in Safi's point of view, because I do all of the points of view separately and then combine them at the end, which is probably very weird to many people. And as mentioned in the newsletter, I'm now going to walk you through kind of what I did in each sentence. As you can see, there's a lot of editorial changes here. First thing I did right here was to make it more fluid with the previous page. I made it a full sentence instead of a sentence fragment. That's just basic, polish. Here, though, is where I tried to take things from mere telling to more showing. Something about the trees whispered false to her as they strode onward, as if they were not what they seemed. Like, okay, duh. If the trees are whispering false to her, then they are not what they seem. So I decided to show more what that meant. What does that feel in her magic? Well, it feels like the forest, something about it is grating against Safi's magic as they walked on. It plucked goose flesh to her skin. And twice she thought she saw figures hiding in the trees. So, yeah. Then we go down here. Again, this is really just polishing the prose. But then we get down here. So, his words were true, yet Safi still found she could not settle. Oh my gosh, that is like pure telling. So, what I did here instead was have her thoughts instead. Instead of just like telling the reader Safi couldn't settle down and what he said was true, I am showing it to you. Safi supposed that explained it. And yet, ... the cold fingers tripping down her spine did not ease away. So, here we are showing what it feels like. Feels like cold fingers on her spine, which, ugh. And it's not going away. And this, of course, shows that what he said was true. Here, we actually have tightening going on. Lots of cut words. And the reason for this is because you can actually have too much showing. When you're really just moving characters to a new place or, doing basic movements like, handing off a piece of paper to another person. You don't have to show every step along the way. You don't have to show the person extending their arm while the other person extends their arm and their fingers grip the paper and they pull it away. All you have to do is say they handed over the paper. And the same is here. I have every single step in this ascent to the origin well described, and I don't think that I needed to show that much. I think I could get away with actually a quicker, tighter description and summary of actions so that we can move on to the important stuff. Also, I misspelled finally. It's life. We're not all perfect. Moved here. This is really just me trying to clarify this action because I don't think the description of what's happening is coming across well, so I tried to rewrite it to be clearer. And yeah, the rest of this wasn't actually that bad. It was more clarifying a few things, like some time. I think I did that up here too, maybe. I changed the time of day. Yes, here. Because when I originally wrote it, the timeline was afternoon. And then, in order to make it align with my other points of view, because I write them all out of order, I had to rearrange some times. Oh, you might have heard my dog grunting in the background. She approves. Yeah, so really this is actually a similar situation. Observing Safi like an asp about to strike. I feel like I was actually showing too much. Additionally, it's really easy to overuse metaphors and similes, and it's really easy to do that. So I try to rein them in when I'm revising and cut as many as I can because, yeah, you don't need more than one a page or more than one every few pages. So, yeah, I actually went simpler here, more telling to help get along to the important part, which is the dialogue.